Well, I guess I am live. Hey, you guys beat me here. It's not exactly the time I set yet, but I got everything done that I was going to do before I came on here. So here I am. And here we got Randy. Where are you at tonight, Randy? I think you said this morning you were going through Heavener, Oklahoma. And Cliff Baker says, hi, Rita. Excited to see what you're working on today. I'm finishing up this quilt. Not too many more stitches, and I'll have the binding and have it hemmed. So that's what I'm working on. And then I'm going to go back to that other chicken quilt. But this one will soon be all the way 100% done. And hello, Melody Kiefer. And hello to Steven. And Kim's in here. Hello, Kim. And some of you guys are saying hi to each other. And let me see. Y'all have to bear with me. I do this crazy, I know. I want to do Martha. I want to say hi to Martha. Hello to Martha. Raleigh, North Carolina. I think it's pretty. I'm hoping I can finish it and hold it up for you here in another hour. Y'all don't keep me up late tonight because I stayed up till after midnight last night. That was too late for me. And Patricia Farrington, hi, Miss Rita. Love your channel and your quilts. You know, I went all year until about a week or two ago and didn't even turn on my sewing machine. Got busy with farm chores and keeping things done up and didn't even sew. But I can, and if I put my mind to it. Hello, Karen. Karen's in Goodwin's in Alabama. Oh, Kathy's here. Hello, Kathy. All right, there's 17 in the house. I'll post a link. Let me get this up here. Copy, paste. Y'all know how this. My sewing skills are better than my computer skills. Janet's here. Hello, Janet. And hello to Dad. Hope he's watching us tonight. You ought to come up on the screen so he can watch you up here with me. I bet he'd get a kick out of that, Janet. Well, I'm going to sew, so somebody needs to come up here and talk. Let's see. Okay. I know, it's hot here tonight. You got storms moving in? I don't know if we're going to get any of those storms, but it's just awful steamy and sticky. I need to see somebody in the basement, somebody that'll come up and talk. Oh, we got Linda from Texas. Hello, Linda. And all right, I want to see you up here someday. Dad wants to see you up here too. And Mona, hello to Mona. Mona's my sewing buddy. Like I told you guys, I'm a better listener than I am a talker. I probably get in less trouble if I don't talk too much. You can't see my work, but I'm gonna be sticking this needle in there. I never did find that needle I lost. I don't know where that thing is. And when my son was down here this morning, and I made a few stitches on the quilt, and so I had him and me and Terry all held it and shook it and felt of it. Didn't find it in the quilt, and I hadn't found it in the floor. Reckon it's in my chair, and I'll sit on it someday. But I've sat in that chair today, and I didn't sit on it yet. Got Rebecca. Rebecca, you can come up here. your fingers move fast when you're doing that yarn, so you could come up here and work and talk to us. Oh, and Mindy. Hello, Mindy. I can't tell what that little thing is. I think maybe you're clapping or waving. It's too little to see what it is. And hi, Kim saying hi to Rebecca, and Mona saying hi to Janet, and Martha saying, hey, Rebecca. Y'all need to check out Mona's channel and Rebecca's channel. I maybe it went inside the chair. I really don't know where it went. I know I stuck it there, and I left that chair to go find something. And when I come back, I couldn't find the needle. And then I had to get up and go find me another needle. But I'm going to get me one of them little needle minders. And I had this little magnet on the refrigerator. So now sometimes I'm just using it to hold my needle. But I'm going to get me one of those little pins and kind of put it up here on my blouse. And that way I can keep my needle and not lose it. I'll probably stick myself in the neck though. And and Mona, you posting the links. Thank you for doing that. And Steve's been at his booth inside the flea market all day. And I know most of you guys are probably all sub to the channels, but if you're not, I'm just asking you to just do it for me so we can help each other out. Okay, I got to make these stitches. I told you guys I'm going to finish this tonight. Here's Rebecca. Rebecca's coming up. Let me add her up here. There you are. Are you all comfortable and ready for bed yet?
I am comfortable. I've been hot. My house doesn't have AC that works, except in my bedroom. So it's a little warm in here, and that's why I've got my very thin dress on tonight.
Well, I had a box fan back in the back bedroom because we hadn't turned the air on yet. And I brought it up here, but it was making too much noise. So I turned it off. But I think it would feel good if I had it on.
Probably would. I've got one of those tower fans that's turning and blowing a little bit. I'm going to get down here in my little thing and make a hat.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I was working on a dishcloth, and then I thought, no, I don't. I'm going to wait on that. Did you see my 5-hour live?
Was it Saturday morning? Was that what? I was there. I went there and I had to run to the dollar store, but I left the computer on. So I told you I was going to leave it on. And when I come back in the house, I could hear you over there just talking. I wasn't there to listen to you, but I left it on. So
thank you.
And then I didn't stay there the whole 5 hours. I didn't, but I did part of the time. So.
Now that's understandable. Let me show you what I'm going to make. I've got my brother back there. Of course, he loves watching me do these. And I'm going to look at your time. It's 9:06. Because I'd like to know how long these hats take me.
All righty.
So do you think you can remember 9:06, brother?
You want me to get a pencil and paper and write it down?
Sure.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Let me find some. I'll write it down.
I was making a hat earlier, and I was feeling it going through my fingers, and it just wasn't soft. And then I took it back apart. I said, "This ain't good." And then I tied off that ball of yarn and I threw it to my brother, and he felt that and he went, "Nope." It had to be probably, because I didn't have the paper with it, probably a Red Heart. And they're not soft yarns at all. I'd rather have an acrylic yarn.
Okay. I don't know anything about yarns. My mama crochets, but I don't. Try passing the magnet over the chair to see if that picks it up. Might do that, but I run my hands all over it. And Mona's been out picking up sticks all morning, so she can't move.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you have a storm come through and blow limbs down, or was you just out working in the yard? There she is. And 90. Now, Randy made a note on here, 906. But I wrote it down. I've got this little booklet from Eileen, so I've been welcome to my kitchen. So I wrote it in there for Rebecca.
That's great. Just sometimes I know when I was on my own live, I had started a hat already and had the band done, and I had already started on that hat, and kind of thought I'd probably be, if I'm doing 3 hats, it's usually 6 hours, but it got done in about 5 hours.
Wow.
But all these hats that I'm making right now, they're not been ordered by somebody. They're just hats I'm going to take to the meetup in Oklahoma.
Okay. Mona said save the stiff yarn for slippers, but you don't make slippers though, do you? Just hats?
I used to a long time ago, but I lost that pattern where these trying to think, it was knitted, and you would put so many on, and then the first row was all knit, and then the next one was where you had knitted, and then there was one purl that made this thing that come up like this. And made that booty, as they called it. But I haven't been able to find that pattern again.
Mona, top of the tree came down, and her brother chainsawed it up for you. Don't you hate to lose trees? I had a big old oak tree in my yard 4 years ago, and the wind come through and blew it down. It broke my heart because I was attached to that tree, but.
We had in our front yard, we had a large soft maple that before our mom passed away, I should say our mom, because it is his mother too. She had paid somebody to take that tree down because it would have potentially damaged the house, if those branches come down. So yes, we don't have a tree in our front yard anymore.
And the trunk that's left of it
is rotting
and falling apart.
Uh,
I mean, it just looks disgusting.
It'll eventually just fall apart.
mm-hmm. And Martha wishes she could crochet.
This is knitting. It's called a round loom knitting. So as I start making this hat a little bit bigger, it will look like a knit, a V on the front and a purl on the back.
And Linda's kids bought her a knitting machine for Christmas, and she's made 2 hats. They take about 30 minutes. Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, well, it's, to me, I've seen those, and it just didn't appeal to me. To crank out something like that.
About that. And Dee's Crafting Corner says Mona did what yikes that last year a huge tree went through my sister's house. The loudest boom I ever heard. Just thankful she was not in the way of the tree. Yeah.
For sure.
No, Randy, it was the middle of the night. And actually we had kind of heard a storm coming up. And got up and heard the wind of whistling pretty loud, And time, Christmas was over pretty quick. Sound looked out, and we'd lost the big tree, and a couple of others. And I think it blew the barn away. Anyway, we lost some stuff that night. If it had been, it might have been a tornado, but it was the middle of the night and didn't even have time to go to storm cellar. I guess it's a good thing we'd have run out there out in the middle of it. So.
Makes you wonder how deep the roots really are on these big trees.
Mm-hmm.
Big as a tree. Rebecca. It's as big as a tree.
That's my brother.
I hear him.
Yeah, I studied plants when I was in junior high or high school and definitely loved it. And I got to see how extensive the root system is on different plants, and it's amazing. On the dandelions, they go straight down a whole bunch to where they could keep themselves from dying. Their roots are really deep, like a foot.
And Randy says it's windy over in Oklahoma.
I'm trying to figure out where all this hair is coming from.
And Kim says there were some bad storms up in Nebraska and Iowa and Illinois.
Wow. They're saying we're supposed to be getting some storms.
And let's say you're southern Missouri, kind of?
No, I'm right in the middle.
Oh, right in the middle. Okay. Well, I knew it was Missouri. I'm close.
I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
Missouri.
And be careful, Randy. There's storms headed that way from Texas. I guess they're going to go through Oklahoma and up to Kansas, reckon? Hope they don't come to Arkansas, but
Is that where you are?
I'm in Arkansas. Yeah, west central Arkansas.
There's one time I was wondering if where I lived was right in the middle of the state, and it is.
I'm not all the way on the western edge, but I'm more west than east in Arkansas and kind of along the river valley. So. And Linda says you're real fast in the loom. I know her hands move real fast. I told you that yesterday. I think you just fly through the yarn.
You just, as you do this, you just get faster at it.
And Cricket 208 says, "Hi, hey ladies, Rebecca, I thought of you today while watching videos in crocheting pot holders."
Wow. Thank you so much.
And Kim says hi to Cricket, and Martha says hi to Cricket. And Randy's 100 miles from me. Well, come this way, and I'll see if I can meet you somewhere down Long Interstate. Hadn't got anything special planned tomorrow, just the same old chores I do every day, Monday through Friday. I get the weekends off.
The quilts I usually make are ones that have been, panels have been embroidered. And things like that my sister did one that is embroidered, and she's passed on. So I've got to end up finishing that for her and for her daughter.
Yeah. That'll kind of be a sad one to work on, though. I know it needs finish, but
Yes, it does. It's already sewn together. It's just putting the backing and then the batting in there. And I'm hand quilting it.
it's
It's not going to be machine quilted.
I've been in groups where they've hand quilted, but if you left one for me to hand quilt, it never would get done. Don't think I'd ever get it finished.
Hi, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. I keep forgetting Clubhouse.
Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. Yeah. Well, we've got 21 in here.
Wow.
Y'all need to pick up something, be working on it while you watch us work.
Kind of interesting how these hats just go faster when I'm up on someone's panel and just working on them. I'm not sort of like you, Rita. I'm not a really a big talker.
Oh, I'm not. And we got Gary popping in to say hello to the queens of the YouTube. You want to come up on screen, Gary? I think you're a talker, don't you? I think Gary's a talker, don't you?
Wow.
And
That
Kim,
is so neat, Kim.
grandmother made one from 1945 and one from 1950 and the other from 1952. I showed my old quilt this morning, one that was my grandma's from 1955, and then I had that other one that was started back in about 1898 or so.
Wow,
Yeah, it was old.
that's a long time ago.
My great grandmother started it, and she didn't finish it because she died, but one of her daughters hung on to those pieces and finished it.
He said he just talked for 2 hours.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see that now. Yeah, I just talked for 2 hours. Can I pass for? All right, next time. You have to come up next time.
I didn't show you guys this yarn that I'm working with. There's that one and this.
Okay. And you do two colors at the same time? Is that how you
I do. Yep, I do.
Oh, and there's Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
And Mona's got her great grandma's quilt that she's hand piecing. I've seen that. That red one? Is that your great grandma's? And you have your grandma's sewing machine. And I've got Terry's grandmother's sewing machine, an old treadle sewing machine, but it sews, and it's kind of fun to play with sometimes to sew on. Pedal it, make it go. So
I've watched some Amish ladies work with those treadle machines, and it's like, whoa, they are quick with them.
They've been at it a long time.
beautiful purples and pretty.
It's got purple and pink and kind of a darker purple and white in this one, and then that nice pale lavender with it.
And Missouri says Tiffany has fake fires. Well, that's a good thing down here because it's hot. We wouldn't need no fire of any kind today, would we, Rebecca?
No,
we'd want a fake one. Your grandmother's fabrics. And Tiffany says, hush, Randy. She had no choice. And Mona found a box of Grandma's flower garden, Grandma flower garden in a box, and she's not finished it. So you're going to finish it.
I've got a 9-block, 2 of them, in fact, that my grandmother started, and she didn't finish them. So what my thought was is one of them's a little bit bigger, but I'm thinking of joining them into one.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know the other pieces that she was going to use with it, is just join them together and stuff and finish it out. I'm probably not going to quilt it. I'll probably tie it instead with yarn.
Yeah. I pulled my thread out of this needle. That just aggravates me when I do that. I just can't thread needles anymore.
Oh, that would be a pretty heavy quilt, you know, doing a blue jean type.
Mm-hmm. And Tiffany's under a fire ban, so it's dry up there, I suppose. Priceless memories and great idea. And Janet's always wanted to try to make a blue jean quilt. Yeah. I missed some of these comments. I try not to, but and Mona makes everything though.
I don't really spend that much. I just seen someone asked how much do I spend on yarn. I usually don't spend that much. Usually what I try to do is I find it on Facebook Marketplace and things like that, because I've got, you see those little totes back here? I've got yarn up in these in my living room. And that the top 2, you know, the 8 that are on top are my baby yarns for my baby blankets. And besides that, under that blanket over here, there's containers with yarn in it. So I don't really buy a lot of yarn because I've got a lot.
Especially in her room.
Especially in my room also. A lot. So I don't really need to buy any. Mainly the ones that I'm buying now is cotton, because that's what I make out of the pot holders and dishcloths. You know, some more type cotton.
And I ain't gonna tell you what I spend on fabric because it's a lot.
Oh, I bet it is. I get a lot of, you know, I look in the clearance sections at Joann's, Michael's, you know, where they're getting rid of certain yarns.
Get them for a good price.
Get them for a good price.
And Kathy makes quilts all the time. She's made a blue jean quilt, and it's very heavy and it fits a queen bed.
I don't have a queen size bed. I have a full size bed. So anytime if I'm going to crochet a blanket for someone, I make it the size of my full size bed. You know, it's just a pretty good size lap blanket if you think about it.
Sure.
I'm getting looked at by my dog. Like, okay, Mom. You're such a sweet boy.
I get to buy some wood tomorrow to make a shelf. And the outside dimensions are 75 inches tall, 30 inches wide by 15 inches deep.
Okay. To hold yarn, totes of yarn.
No stuff in my room. I got too much in there, so I need to find a place to store it. And then after I fill that up, I'll get rid of the rest.
Mm.
The metal shelving I have just does not allow me to put enough on it.
Yeah, you can't ever have too much storage though.
No. but the wood that I'll buy will be 1/2 inch plywood and 1x8s and 2x8s.
Okay. That'd be good, good heavy shelf.
Yeah,
It'll hold about anything up.
yeah. And I'll have somebody help me build it.
Wow. I would have never thought of doing something like that.
Ah, that'd be.
Telling my dog to quiet down.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it. No.
He was whining, is high panting, like I want to do something else than what I'm doing.
How was the egg harvest today and recently? Out of the backyard chickens or the contract poultry chickens? We're getting plenty of eggs.
Oh my goodness. And our daughter stole it for her bed. That ain't nice of her.
Made a nice winter blanket for my hubby for Christmas one year, and our daughter stole it for her bed. And Mona's dog snores. Yeah, the little dog in our house snores.
Mine aren't small. They weigh over 100 pounds.
That's a big dog. Uh-huh.
Very big. When you're doing 2 yarns, you got to make sure you get both of them to flip them over this. I'm going to bring that back down just a little bit. There we go.
Have you ever missed one and had to go back and redo it?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
All right. You hit the sack, and we'll see you around tomorrow.
It was great seeing you.
And everybody's telling you good night, Gary.
Good night, Gary.
Got to thread this needle again. This time because I tied it off, though. Where'd that?
You sewing your chickens on?
I'm putting the binding on it. I'm hemming it now.
Wow.
And I laid that needle down. Where'd I lay it? Oh, here it is.
One of my sister that passed away, she wondered why I always hang on to this, why it's in my hand when I'm wrapping my my yarn around, because she thinks I'm gonna hurt myself with it because I'm always losing it. This thing for hooking the yarn over.
Yeah.
I just end up leaving it in my hand, and
Tiffany says she needs to get to bed too. I need to do the same. Been a long day and I need some sleep. We understand. I was up too late last night. But I'm wanting to see if I can finish this tonight.
hi Mona. Did what?
Still ain't got it threaded. Hold it. Hold it.
What kind of takes the longest to do is counting to make sure I don't put too many rows on for that band. So once I get the band done, then it goes a lot faster. Look what Randy said.
Go to bed, Tiffany, now. I'm trying. Yeah, shouldn't. And Tiffany said, yes, sir. And shouldn't you be sleeping, Randy? Randy's up pretty early. I see him on here early about every morning. I'll get up and get a cup of coffee and turn on. There'll be Randy.
I've already got 10 rows on this.
Boy.
Only 6 more to go.
And so if you started at 9:06, I would have to take the time and then subtract the 9:06 from it, though, wouldn't I? To get the,
Yes.
get the.
I should have looked at my clock that I have hanging up there and noted when I look who's coming up. That's Denver. Yes, there you are, boy. He says he's bumping my arm saying, Mom.
Randy says he's in bed, and
I'm not in bed. I'm
picture.
in my chair at my desk. Usually I stop being on lives at 10 o'clock and go to bed. And I've now made the choice that I turn off the iPad that you see here. When it's back there in my room, it gets turned off.
So probably rest better with all that stuff off.
We do.
I finally got it.
Good.
Well, how many tries it took me, but
So what's the, I guess it depends on how you have that border for like closing up that quilt, on the edge.
on the I sew a binding on it and then fold it over and put it on there. It's what I've done and what I do on all mine. I tell you what, I'm hot. And give me one of them church fans. Said,
And it's not cool down.
9:17. You're the same time.
Yeah, mine says 9:18:30.
Because sometimes people come on at different time zones and it's earlier or later, but me and you did the same one.
It's when you're setting these clocks and they're not atomic clocks, trying to set them correctly is, it's like, hey, it doesn't really matter.
My stove here behind me is still on the other time. I was still doing chores by the old time, so I just left one of them so I could get everything all straight in my head.
There, got that rhythm going again. Haven't been working on hats today because I did 3 of them yesterday on that live, and I've been working on a blanket for somebody, crocheting that blanket. She's going to be surprised. Who's getting this?
Hey to Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. There's some names in here that I don't recognize.
Well, you'll probably be seeing them soon.
Probably.
Probably. I'm gonna turn it. Put some more clips in mine.
I know. I tried to do my very first short, but I held the camera the wrong way. I was recording my dog Denver. He likes to lay down and eat. Sitting here, and I looked back and I seen that he was laying down. And I turned around and started recording him saying, "This is my lazy dog. This is how he eats." It was about 57 seconds long. So it would have been a perfect short, but I had the camera this way instead of this way. Kind of funny. I didn't realize that you had to put your phone in a different mode when you do shorts.
I've made so many mistakes on videos and stuff. Everybody does, though. Have I lost any more needles? Not anymore. I misplaced it for a few seconds, and then I usually find it. But I still ain't found that needle from last night. I don't know where it went to. So it's still lost.
I've done the training on my dogs, and I don't know if you heard that finger snap. It's telling Blue to relax now. I don't even have to say anything.
And good night, Mona. You've been working today, so you need to get in bed and get some rest.
Good night, Mona.
Picking up all them sticks and limbs and things. And thank you for the thumbs up.
Hi, Audrey. That's a name I've never seen.
Yeah. Hey, Audrey. You fixing to start your chicken quilt? You told me you got your pattern, didn't you? And Kathy's gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna go take a shower at 10:20. Yeah,
She's wondering who your guest is tonight. My channel name is Rebecca Touched by Yarn.
Yes, Rebecca Touched by Yarn. And if I knew how to put your link into your channel, I would.
Do you have Nightbot set up?
No, I put it on there one time and I didn't have it all the.
I know what I could end up doing is just saying hi to them, and they'll have my link, right?
Yeah, that would probably work.
Turn that off.
And Audrey says she's late, but she's here. And Audrey's over in Tennessee. So hi to Audrey. And Melody said good night to Mona.
They'd be able to go.
Yeah, then Rebecca's put her channel in there. So go check her out.
Maybe Kim could drop my link, because I don't know how to do that.
I've tried to go and give people those wrenches, and I'll try to remember to do you tomorrow sometime. Listen, Kathy got the pattern that I sent her, and I wish they had quilting bees on here. We'll just call it a sewing circle or something. We can all crafting circle. That's what it'd be, wouldn't it? We can all just work on whatever craft we're working on.
You don't know either? I don't know if it's a mod, if she's a mod, you click on the last three, if I'm thinking correctly, it's the last three dots of the person's name, and you go to the channel. After that, I don't know how.
Well, I just have to apologize for not being able to help people do that. We still got 16 people that ain't went to bed yet.
Yeah, they talked about that we might be getting some storms. I know this. Yesterday morning, I was hearing thunder, but we didn't get any rain.
And Audrey wants to see what you're working on. Audrey, she makes hats. So
We got some rain, but not very much.
I'm working on a loom that's called a round knitted loom for making knitted hats.
and we're timing her tonight to see how long it takes her to make one.
I'm a little bit slower because I'm a little tired tonight.
But we're not going to let her go until she finishes it. I'm teasing.
Okay.
I kind of cut up with people, and I don't mean anything by it, but I like to tease. So.
That's fine. I used to not know how to be teased and understand that they're really not saying that for sure. Our parents never did that in our home, you know. Look at how pretty this is.
Ooh, that is pretty. I like that.
That is going to be a beautiful hat for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm at that meetup in Oklahoma at Lake Tenkiller, I'm going to ask them, please, can I get a picture of you with your hat? You know?
Yeah.
You know, with the hat.
How many have you sent out? You sent out a bunch, though, haven't you?
I sent a lot out. And these ones are going to, like I said, these ones aren't specific to somebody that has asked for certain colors. Mm-hmm. And I'm just making all these hats to take with me to the meetup. Mm-hmm. So that there's some people that are probably going to pick some of the ones that I have in the bag that I am putting them in. Mm-hmm. I know that the ones that I have right now are for the ladies. I wanted to get like maybe 10 hats for the ladies and then do 10 men's. Because with the men's, you got to make them longer.
They got bigger heads.
Yes, they
do. They do.
Unlike my brother, he doesn't have a real big head. I'm able to, when I make hats for him, I usually do 27 rows, not the normal 29 or 30.
I wear a size 7 in about a 7, between 7 and 8 size hat.
And Frances says she's got almost all her chickens ironed on her squares, and it is time to embroider them. Aren't they fun to make, though, Frances? It's a little bit of work, but I enjoy making them. And then if you iron them on, yeah, then you've got to put them onto that background square. But you're coming along.
7, 6.
And I want to see them in a few days when you get some of them made.
One more row and I'll be making that band.
Moved too far away from my light. I can't see.
You wanna see a light that I have?
Okay.
This used to be my mother's.
Okay.
It also has back here, there's a magnifying glass.
Oh, I need the magnifying glass sometimes. I've got, I don't know, I'll show you. This is what I've got right now that I've put on my kitchen counter, but I've just kind of screwed it on there, and I'll move it when I'm done working here. I do everything in my kitchen. Everything.
Audrey, it's really not that hard. You know, the iPad, I used to record different things on it. But I found that when I would just sit there and make these hats, I wouldn't do a lot of talking because I'm just by myself working on them. And they're like a 2-hour long thing. And to upload or try to edit something like that, it didn't make me feel right, you know, because you've got to show somewhat the whole process of making these hats, you know, from start to finish. Some people said, oh, you could speed it up to when you're getting ready to make the band, and you slow that down and show making the band, and then speeding it back up to where you're almost done with getting ready to take it off. It just, I did try to edit one of those, and it just didn't look right to me. So that's why I made the decision to start going live with the people that I'm making their hats for. You know, and we get to talk about their channel, my channel, and people get to connect with them. And it felt better to me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Francis.
And Sheila's asking, am I almost done with this one? This one, Sheila, I like this corner and just a little bit more, and I'll be all the way around it. So that's not very far. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it for 10 o'clock tonight, but I didn't work on it today. I even went fishing today.
That sounds like fun.
We caught 3 pretty good ones that we kept. Throwed a few back that was too little. It was just here on the farm, so we wasn't gone long, but
What kind of fish was it?
a bass.
I hear a lot of people that don't like to keep the bass. They'd rather have catfish or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I took the grandson fishing yesterday, and we caught some, and I fried them. And they taste pretty good to me.
I want to show you guys something. Do you see how this row is laying back here? That's the very first row. Let me see if I can turn that around. See this row that lays back? That's the row that you end up pulling up and putting on the hat. See how this one's back here? That thing there? You put that over the peg. And that's how you make the band. So it's kind of just pulling this along. See how I put my thumb there, and then I just raise these up over that one that's laying back. I gotta get that one.
Will you kind of close it together there in the middle when you're done with it too?
Now this makes the band, and then when I get done going all the way around, I will hook that bottom one over the top, and that makes that band that everybody has seen. And then I wrap around to start making the hat then. Let's see if I can turn this around, let you guys see this, if I can still make sure I'm getting it on the right peg. But yeah, it's just basically hooking that loop that lays back, because that's the very first row, and it gets put over that peg.
And Kim, we caught 3 that we kept. That was big enough. Throw some back. And then Audrey, what kind of hat is it? It's like a
some people call them beanies. My dad always called them stocking caps. I call them beanies. If I was a little bit closer, I'm trying to think, where's that bag's back there? I could show you a finished one.
And Francis has got a procedure in the morning, so don't know what I'll get done tomorrow that's going to put you to sleep. Well, you better take care of Francis instead of them chicken blocks.
Okay, I finished it. This is going to be the outside of it, and that makes that that brim.
So you're done with it?
No, I've got to do 26 rows after I put this one over. I'm probably not going to finish this one tonight, but I'm going to get close because it's 9:36 now.
I'll sew faster. Let's see who can get done first. Me with this quilt or you with your hat?
I have a feeling you'll be done with yours before mine.
I don't know. I like another yard or so.
So you doing a blind stitch where you don't see that, Rita?
Oh yeah.
You're doing a blind stitch.
I can't see the stitch. And it goes pretty fast until I run out of thread and have to thread the needle. Then that slows me down.
Yeah.
Still 19 people in here. I'll post the link again. I can. Let me see. Francis, you want to come up and talk?
There we go. Is that a little better? You guys can see. But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm taking that last row, number 16 row, and putting it over the very first one, which then makes that brim band that you put over your ears.
Now, out of the 18 people watching, surely somebody wants to come up on screen. Wow.
Now. Relax, Blue.
That's what I need to do. I know when I used to quilt with some ladies that they would thread a whole bunch of needles and the threaded needles would be sitting there waiting. But I've kind of lost all my needles. So if I'm going to thread a bunch of them, I've got to find me some needles or buy me some more needles. I lose everything.
What kind of needles do you like using?
I don't know. I just kind of look at them, and if they look like they're about the right size, so I'm not picky with them. They just got to feel right, not too little and not too big. So
I've got some needles that has that little slit at the top that you can pop the thread down through.
I've heard of them. I've not ever bought one of them, but I think I need one of them, or 2 or 3 or 4 of them. If I lose one, I need 3 or 4 more. Yeah, I've heard of them, but I just don't have none. And I even bought me some needle threaders, but they don't work very good. So I'm just just stuff.
I have this one that you looks like a sewing machine in a way that you drop the needle down through it.
That's
And
different.
it has this thing that you press on it and the thread comes through. Makes it nice when you've got trifocals.
Oh yeah, the little thing little bitty thing that sets down. I ordered one of them from Amazon a year or so ago, and I got it here, and mine don't work. No. And I know that my grandma's and them used to have something like that, and it worked for theirs, but this one I got didn't work. And I didn't send it back. I should have, but
Kind of all these things that make it easier on us for threading needles as our eyes get worse and stuff.
mm-hmm.
And it's finished. Now to start adding to the hat. Finally, he settled down. I don't know what was going on with Blue.
Yeah, and Audrey says I need to go out on the porch in the daylight to thread my needles. I tell you, it's easier to sew during the daytime when the light's better. So I can see how going out and having bright sunlight helping to see.
Yes, definitely. Let's take a look at that band. This thing's going to be really, really nice. I'm able to get a lot faster on doing this when you're finally starting to make the hat of getting these hooked over, because as you start to make that band, you don't want to go over that either 14 row or 16. Adults, I usually do 16. If it's a teenager, I usually do 14.
Are you counting those rows in your head, or how do you?
What I end up doing is I get a whole bunch done, and then as I get those done, and I get down to like 5, I'll do 5 and another 5 to get to the other, because I do 26 rows on these.
And Audrey wants to know if you're using tweezers. Show her your little tool. Just
called a loom hook. I like this double because it helps me, unlike the one that's a single, I tend to break them because I'm working these so hard.
And Kim says, ladies, I'm dozing off. I need to get some sleep. Have a great night. Take care. Stay safe. And God bless. You stay safe too and sleep well. Hey, my eyes are getting kind of scratchy too, but I'm wanting to finish this. I'm wanting to finish it before I quit. Cause I'm so close. I'm fixing to have to rethread again.
I'm having a little itch.
We still got 17 in the house.
Wow.
Who do you guys think will get done first, me or Rebecca? Let's see you comment and see who's going to be first. You better say me. I'm teasing you again.
even if I don't finish this hat, at least I've got another one started, because I wasn't working on hats today, and I was working on that blanket for that friend that doesn't know she's getting this.
And we're down to 14 though. I think everybody's dozed off. Frances is still here. She says you. I guess talking about me.
Yes.
You better, Frances. I sent you that pattern, so you better say me. If you want me to send you something again, you better say me.
Are you calling me the speed queen or Rita? I don't know if you know Belt Loop 29. Rita?
Oh yeah. I've seen him on here.
Well, he calls me the yarn ninja.
Ninja. Mm-hmm. Let me get this. Dog's barking. That's something else.
I was thinking my boys were gonna, I was thinking my boys were going to raise their head, but they didn't.
I'll find that needle now. I'll be done in a minute if I can get this threaded.
Yeah, sweet Rita.
You'll finish first. She has a lot more ground to cover.
Yeah.
Hey, we're both speed queens. Frances, you're just trying to butter me up. All right. If y'all was here to help me thread. One try, nope. 2 tries, no. 4, 5, no.
My channel name is Rebecca, spelled that way, and all large capped, touched by yarn.
And Rebecca, check out Dee's channel too. Dee's got a channel.
I certainly will. You're welcome.
I got it now. I'm
Good.
off to the finish line.
Thank you for asking me to come up, Rita.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
It has. It gives, the teachers were always like, I couldn't keep my attention when I was in school because I wasn't doing something. And I would doodle. And then teachers would get mad at me and didn't realize that my doodling helped me concentrate on what I needed to do to learn. They want to put us in a cookie cutter and they can't, because each person learns differently.
Only take me 10 times to thread that needle. I did good this time. I'd push it and miss, push it and miss, push it and miss. Good time, home sale with Jen C. Hey, we're having a hen party. Well, actually, right now we're having a race to soon get done first. Me and Rebecca. And I'm going to win. There's a link if you want to come up to be referee. Do we need a referee?
If you think we do.
I know, but anyway, no cheating.
Oh, I'm definitely not, because I have to do each row individually.
And I'm teasing you. You know that. Don't take my teasing.
I know you are. I'm just going along with it.
All right.
I'm learning.
If I came to see you, I would have to fly for sure. Do you have an airport near you? An airport near me? No. I guess the closest one would be Fort Smith. I don't know how many miles away Fort Smith is from me? Or Little Rock. And that's funny, ha. That would be fun to referee, but
Go, Rita, go. It doesn't bother me. It's a little tired tonight, but it's great. Be able to put another hat in that thing I have back there for another person, and
yeah, we both got something accomplished tonight and had some fun too. We're back up to 19 people watching.
wow, that's great.
If my needle would go through there, it's not gliding through. I'm having to push it. But I am trying to beat you though.
Everybody kept asking me if my wrist was hurting because of the way I twist this to get it over, and at a point it was starting to get tired, and when I did quit making those hats after that 5-hour live I did wrap my wrist in ice packs just so that I wouldn't have problems today.
And Jen says we need some dramatic car chase music. We do, don't we?
Yes.
Gary and some of them could probably do stuff like that to make those sounds. Oh my gosh. I've got this much more to do.
Okay.
That right there.
How long do you make your thread?
When I'm like this, I don't know. I just
Yeah, it's like she was saying, just say devil dog 3 times and he just might show up. I don't usually do that unless I really need him.
Need him, yeah.
If you guys go back.
Yeah. I was watching one night. Oh, it's been a few months ago now, and he was helping you set up Nightbot. Maybe it was. You and him were on live.
It was a few months ago. I don't remember when it was, but literally on my 3rd live, my internet went down. And I do mean went down. Someone had cut a fiber optic cable. So we weren't going to have internet. And I'm like trying to figure out how to get back in my own live. Yeah. So I had to end up using my phone to be able to do it. But instead of coming back through StreamYard, which I don't have StreamYard on my Android phone, I had to basically come through YouTube. I had literally pinned at the top of my chat. I had learned to do that show that day because Des helped me. And I pinned that at the top, and that's how I had to come back in and then The little dog had to bring me back up on the panel.
Uh,
I was like, what? I had to go into my own live.
to go.
Get back. Everybody thought that was so funny. Like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. But yeah, I was able to get back in.
Well, I'm almost done, but I've got to get up and let my dog out. But it's right here close.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a little rat terrier.
Oh,
I think she thinks there's a booger out there, though.
I have got number 9, second row on this. So I do 9, and then I'll do 2 8s, 2 7s, 2 6s as I'm going down through here. Go, Rebecca, go. Yes. But as you see, she'll get done before I wail, and that's fine.
That's
You know?
fine. We're just playing.
Yes,
Um,
we are.
And because all I like is just where them clips are.
You wanted someone up here to be able to talk to and
Yeah.
keep your mind, and be able to talk to somebody and do what you need to do.
And you
I
kind of
I
want it to
okay.
be entertaining just a little bit, to do something kind of.
So what I end up doing is now I'm on number 9. Is I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9. See, I push those down. Then I'll do a second 9, but I won't push those all the way down. I will only do 6, 7, 8, 9. What I end up doing is I just push this one down, that one down just a little bit. Then I know that's the second row of number 9.
And what am I working on?
As this hat grows, I have to crunch in on this to be able to grip it. I used to do it this way, but it didn't feel right.
I'll show you in just a minute. As soon as I beat Rebecca, I'll show you.
That's fine.
I know it.
It takes a while to make these,
But I'm sewing and binding on the quilt, and I got a head start because I've been working on it for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. So I got a head start. In just another 6 inches, and I'll have it all hemmed. She's got that loom.
she is. I hope. I wasn't going to bring this, but I could, so people could see how to do this, because she's in my book to have a hat made for her 3 children. But I want to make hats for all 5 of them, for Jen and Steve and the kids.
Yeah.
Let me know what color they want. But I might end up changing my mind about bringing some yarn, because I could bring some of the ones for the kids, because the loom for her children would not be this size.
Well, how many looms do you have? You have more than one loom?
Yes, I do.
And she just told you some colors.
Purple, black, camel. Okay, not a problem.
I like 3 inches. And I'm going to hold this up. Who's still going to be here to watch me reveal this finished quilt? Are we going to have very many in here? Whoever's watching will be the first one to see it done, completely done.
Wow, this is cool.
2, 3 more inches. I'm going. I like this that much.
Okay.
I never get on a computer to get your email because it's in the basement and I can't see your email on the phone. Let's see, Francis is here and Sheila's here and Dee's here. All right, I better get busy because I think we all need to get done and go to bed.
Yeah, because it just my clock just turned to 10 o'clock.
10, yep, 10 o'clock. Because I really wasn't going to stay on here much until about 10 was when I was going to stop. But I'm going to make it by 10:01.
10:02. This is so much fun. Do you know what that bird is that's on me? It's a hummingbird.
Hummingbird. Oh, I see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hummingbird. This might be something I take for that meetup because this is a pretty cool, lightweight dress.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm cutting this thread.
Good.
This is it. That's it.
I can't wait to see
it. Let me hear applause. Yay. All right.
I didn't want to get too loud because of my microphone over here.
I know. I'm trying to entertain you guys. All right, here goes. But hold it up.
Okay.
Let me back up. Unless I missed a spot.
Oh.
It's all done now.
Wow.
All finished. All the hemming's done. And that's it.
Oh wow, beautiful.
This is the one we call the Southern Belle.
That is beautiful. So beautiful. What?
Oh, you guys are as crazy as I am.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
That is so great. I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy for myself.
How many of those quilts have you made?
Of the chicken quilts, that's the second one I finished. Let me show you this other one. Have you seen this other one I started the other day with the checks? I'm working on it, yeah. And then I've got the one I made a couple of years ago. So it's all done. Oh, and hello, Lorraine. I hadn't seen your name before.
There's some people that are just lookers. They're just watching and they're not talking. But take a look at this. This is going to be so pretty.
That is pretty.
She gave you a unicorn. A pretty little unicorn. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
well, this has been fun, Rebecca, but I'm fixing to.
Yeah, you can go.
Can we do it again some night?
Yes. I will keep an eye out for when you go live.
I usually don't plan them. It's what I'm going to do that night, and I just do it. So
pop up like I did that Saturday and did something, but yeah, it is bedtime.
Yeah, because I was on here till after midnight last night. So tonight I'm ready for bed time tonight.
I'll make sure I finish that. See, I have to put that there because if I don't, this thing will unroll. The yarn will unroll. See, that's what you have that peg for there, to hold that while you're doing this. But, you know, I do need to go to bed because I've got a friend that I have to take to a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Oh, man. So you found your stopping place, and I found mine, and we both did good. I hope you guys enjoyed our what do we do, crafting party tonight, hen party.
Thank you so much for letting me up.
I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night to all y'all. Bye. I'm going to bed.